What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Unfinished YouTube channel. Today, it's going to be a really quick Webflow tutorial. It's going to be useful for marketing teams, for your marketing website. It's going to be super, super useful. Let me show you what I'm talking about. What is this? Is a modal pop-up or a pop-up modal, as what some people call it, usually reserved for like forms or announcements or things like that. How you can do that in Webflow. Here's an example. One of the sites that we work on here. If you click Start an Instant Demo, and there you go. We have a pop-up here where you're not able to click everything else on the website. You can fill out the form and then you can click it. So that's useful for like, could be a video, it could be an image, it could be, usually it's reserved for like forms or things like that, especially because in Webflow, a video, if you, not video, but they have light boxes or things like that. But this would be cool. It's kind of making your own light box. So let's look at how we can make that. But before we move to the tutorial, just a quick introduction about myself. If it's your first time here in the channel, my name is RR Abrat, and I am one of the co-founders at Unfinished, which is a full-stack web design and Webflow development agency that helps companies at the startup and all the way to the enterprise level build innovative and creative websites. Let's go ahead and hop right into the tutorial. I'm going to go right into Webflow. There's a church, it's not a church, this is a website, of a church that we just launched recently here, just to help this church out. So we're going to create a pop-up modal, let's say that says, come visit the church to, or I don't know, fill out this form to hear more about the church. Let's do that. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do with a lot of things about Webflow, there's not really a modal element or a pop-up element. So we have to create these things from scratch. So we're going to go ahead and start with a div block. Let's start with a div block. And this div block, I'm going to put this all the way at the very top. And we're going to go ahead and call this pop-up. Okay. And we're going to call this pop-up. And we're going to have it be fixed at a z index of 9999, meaning that it's going to be over everything. And then we're going to go ahead and make it full. So we click this right here. And so it's over everything. As you can see, that blue outline, no matter if I scroll down, it's always going to be there. And I'm going to give it a background color of, say, black with opacity of about 80. 80 looks about pretty good. So that the user knows that no matter what, you can't click this until, and the focus goes on the pop-up, you know what I mean? So we have our pop-up here. We're going to go ahead and set, make it a flex. And the reason why is because I want the modal to always be in the middle. So we're going to make it flex, align center, justify middle. And in here is we're gonna put our modal. Okay, so let's go ahead and click and put another div block. So we're creating our pop-up, which is the whole screen, and then we'll create the modal inside it. We're going to call this one modal, and let's put a width of, for best practices, you want to have best practices, put, say, a padding up and down of about 24. 24. You don't actually have to put an up and down, top and down padding, but left and right for sure. The reason why is that for responsiveness, you know, whenever you have tablet or mobile breakpoint, it's gonna be nice and responsive. And I like to personally do increments of 12, 24, 36. Those are kind of always our margins or our paddings, our sizes here and there. The reason why I use 24 is because in honor of Kobe Bryant. Okay, so we'll go ahead and have our modal here. Let's do a max width of 600 pixels. I don't want it to become too wide. But then also I still want to have a minimum width. Actually, what I usually like to do with modals, I have a max width of like 800. Okay. And then have a minimum width of 600. But then when you get to, say, a tablet breakpoint, we just make it 100% on the width or minimum width. Or actually width. Yeah, the width should be 100% because you have those 24 padding. It should be fine. We're going to put a padding all the way around of around 24 again. Let's do that right there. And we're going to go ahead and do a background color of whites. And let's design a little bit. Let's put maybe a border radius of like 12. Even put a little bit of shadow. Okay, I'm not gonna belabor how the shadow looks. We'll just do a regular shadow. And then inside here, let's start with a heading. And let's just make it a little bit smaller, maybe an H3. And we'll put here, learn more about our church. That is way too big. Let's make this maybe H4. Looks about pretty good. Inside there, let's put a form block. And there you go. We have our form, kind of what it looks like. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put an X at the top so that we can close it, okay? Or have a close button later on. So we'll design this first. What we'll do is in this modal, I will put an image, a section, no. Actually, a link block. That's where we're going to put a link block because we want people to be able to click close the modal, okay? We're going to call this one close button. And then inside here, I'm going to put an image of a close icon. Do I have a close icon? If not, you're going to watch me download one real quick. Close icon. PNG. Let's do a PNG one. That one's okay. Nope, I don't like that one. This one's good. Let's do that one. It's okay, but whatever. We'll use that. We'll do this one, close icon. Here we go. Let's go ahead and upload this here. And so we'll put that. Okay. And then we'll make this around, say, 36. Is that about a good size? 36 looks pretty good. And we're going to put this on the top right. Now, before I do that, I'm going to add some padding at the top of this modal so that we have space for the X. 48. Okay. You know what? That's a little too big. Make this 30. There you go. It's about right. And we're going to put this on absolute positioning because I want it to be on the top right of this modal. So let's go ahead and put here, top right. Now notice at the top right of the whole website, we don't want that. We want to stay the top right of the modal. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the modal into a position of relative. What that does is that your absolute is now confined within the confines of the parent wrapper, which is the wrapper right on top of it here on your navigation, which is the modal right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move it a little bit, say about 6 pixels down, 6 pixels to the left. To the left, to the left. Okay. Let's make it 12. Let's make it 12. Yeah, there you go. 12 sounds about right. 6 for some reason. That was just too close, man. There you go. That's better. Okay. So now let's go and animate. Now that we've designed it. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and go to the animation or interaction panel. We're going to do a page trigger. We're going to do a page load trigger. What we'll do is we want it to be when the page finishes loading, not starts loading, okay? Finishes loading, and then we'll start an animation. And by the way, the reason why I do finish loading, not when it starts loading, because I don't want any more loading animations to happen. This is really more for like page optimization or page speed purposes. Just make the animation happen after it loads so that browsers will prioritize the other content, okay? So we'll go ahead and create an animation here. We're going to call this one Popup Show. What I like to do is the element is like small or sentence case, and then the actual animation will be capital case. You don't have to do that. That's just something I like to do. Okay, now that we have a animation load, we'll start with the pop-up. We'll go ahead and click the plus icon here. And we'll start with it being, well, we'll do the hide show later so that you can see what's going on here. Actually, what we'll start with the modal so that you can see what's going on. I usually just hide and show everything right away. It's because I remember I've done it so much that I just kind of do it blindly, but we'll do it one step at a time. So we'll start with the modal. Let's start with the initial state of this modal. Let's start it being moved down. So maybe around, I want it to have a kind of a fade up animation when it comes in so that it's a little bit attractive, okay? So we'll do 30 pixels down. We'll make this the initial state. And then we're going to go ahead and do an opacity of 0. So it's going to fade up. And then this right there, initial state, the pop-up, we're going to have it do an opacity of 0. And, oops, have it be hide. What am I? Oh, there you go. Click the element first. Hide show. And we're going to have it be hidden. Now, this is very, very important. You don't want it to just be opacity low. You actually want it to not exist. Because if we don't have this, then if notice, if I delete this, I'm not able to click anything. See that? Notice nothing's even being highlighted. What's highlighting is actually the modal, even though it's opacity 0. So we actually need it to not just not show, we need it to be completely gone and out of the way. That's very, very important. So now that we have all this, we're going to go ahead and hold shift, highlight all of this, right click, and duplicate it. Okay. And then the modal, what we'll do first off, we'll start with the pop-up. Okay. First off, we want the pop-up to appear. So we're going to actually separate it from the rest. Notice how it's separated. And then it's going to go back to flex, because it goes back to flex mode. Okay. Some of y'all, after the gym, that's what you hit, flex mode. Okay. And then all of these, I'm going to put a delay of 0.1 because I want it to happen after the hide show, and put a duration of about 0.3. 0.3, sometimes I find that to be the perfect animation speed. I don't like animations to be too distracting, but then I also want it to be noticeable enough that the user sees it. But then you don't want it too much, because then it becomes a little bit kind of distracting, and then the purpose of the website is originally gone. I'm actually going to come out with a video about that. But 0.3 is kind of that sweet spot that I personally like. And we're just going to put it back to its current state, or the original state. So the modal goes back to 0. The pop-up goes back to 100. The modal goes back to 100. Now, you could definitely play around with this. You can make the pop-up appear first and then the modal, but we'll just make it all happen at the same time. Let's press play, and there you go, right? So it's kind of nice. Right when it loads, boom, right away. You could also put a delay if you want to do that. If you want people to kind of scroll a bit, we can literally delay the whole thing, okay? But we'll just make it happen right away. Press done. Now, in order for us to close the pop-up, what we're going to do is we're actually going to click the close button link block. And we're going to do an element trigger, press the plus icon, and do mouse click. Now, we're going to only do first click. We only just want it to happen on the first click, okay? On the first click, we're going to duplicate this. And then we're going to call it pop-up hide. Pop-up hide. So my kids tell me whenever we play hide and seek, Papa hide. Pop-up hide. Okay. What we're going to do is we'll delete all of this. And remember how on the hide show, I made it kind of separate and then everything else becomes 0.1 after? And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have this be separated and then have this have a delay of 0.1 after the previous action. Hide show, you cannot set a duration because that is simply a hide show action. So there's not going to be a fade in action on this. It's going to happen like right away, instantly. So we want the opacity to go down first and then the hide show to happen. That's why I have it notice after previous action with delay of 0.1 just to be safe. So the modal pop-up, that's totally fine. We'll click all this. All we're going to do is remove it from the initial state and then make a duration of 0.3, just like how I like it. And that's it. Notice, we'll go ahead and preview it. It pops up. We'll click it and it disappears, right? And notice we're still able to highlight the text. We can interact with the website normally. Now, another addition you can add here would be to enable people to click out any of these. If you click these, we want it to disappear as well. And that's actually going to be pretty simple. All we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put a div block inside the pop-up. So notice if I put this down, we're just going to add another div block. We're going to call this one, we're going to do this one to be close overlay. Not close verlay, close overlay. And on this one, I'm going to make it to be absolute, and it's going to overtake the whole thing. So absolute, full thing, okay? But we want this to make sure it's behind the box, the modal. So we'll set the modal to say a z index of 2, and then the close overlay to a z index of 1, meaning it's going to be behind it, right? And then all we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do an element trigger, mouse click. On first click, we'll make this to be pop-up hide. That's it. We'll go ahead and click this. If I click this, notice it disappears. If you want to make it even more special, we can go to the cursor and say make this to be a pointer so that people will know that if you click this, it will disappear as well. Okay? Boom. And that is really it in order for you to have some sort of marketing form that pops up for your website. Hope that was a help. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at Team Unfinished. If you want to follow me personally at RR Abroad. Hope you have a blessed day.